it's Jules here with Beanie.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night War, set on the one and only Brobna. And today we have a super special battle report for you today because we are playing some Blitzball. That's right, a brand new boxed game that GW has just released. Now this is the Ultimate Edition, meaning it's got ultimate rules and ultimate characters. And that means that there's a lot to play for. So let's meet the teams and get ready to read some new rules. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blitzball. It's slightly different, as you can already tell. It's 2 teams of 6 going up against each other for glory and all of the teeth they can smash out of the opposition's faces. Now, Blitzball plays incredibly different to the regular Blood Bowl. It is more violent, the scores are ridiculous, and, of course, there's some awesome new dice in there.
Look at that.
If you are not buying this game just for these dice, then there is something wrong with you because these are sexy as all hell. But if you wanted a little bit more from your games other than just dice, and I don't blame you, this is a game that is meant to be able to be picked up and played straight out of the box and usually takes between 30 to 40 minutes to see through, and we're going to test that theory out for you today. Now, to run through all of the rules will take me quite a long time, but I will go through them as and when they come up, but here is a general overview. Now, you score by getting your ball from the when it originates in the center of the battlefield into your opponent's end zone. Simple enough, right?
Touchdown.
For doing that, you score 4 points. For completing different challenges that are not related to scoring, such as, for example, Spread Out is the top card here. Claim this card after a player from your team makes a run or sidestep action and there are no players from your team adjacent to one or more teammates. You get this and score 1 point. The points are dictated by the number that's in the top left. Keep that to one side, flip it over, and it becomes a bonus action, which means that you can play to help get your team or give your team the killer edge. This one, for example, lets you bring somebody back in from your dugout who's been knocked out, so very useful. And trust me, people are going to be knocked out a lot in this game.
Oh yes.
Now, we're playing today, the way to win is called the points victory, which means that if either one of us is more than 10 points ahead of the other person, it is an immediate victory and the game ends. There is another way to play it where you go through the entire deck of challenge cards and count up how many points you get from there, but we're going to go for the quicker and more violent option. But do not worry, friends, if this seems a little bit overwhelming, because there are included in the box a load of drills for you to actually go through step by step to teach you how to play the game. Because there's different ways to move in this game. There's not just a regular move allowance, allowing, for example, your character to move up to 6. If you want to move the full, that is called a run action. You can't go within 2 hexes of an opposing team member, so it means that you're positioning more than trying to get up into people's faces. If you want to get up into people's faces, you do a mark action, which allows you to move 2 spaces, but end your move adjacent to an enemy team member. So, they're simple things like that. Blocking is slightly different as well. You now just roll the dice equal to the amount of their block value. It gets added by 1 if you've got another person supporting you in that block attack action. But apart from that, not going to be seeing the crazy 3 dice blocks very often in this game unless you have super strong people. And I know that a lot of people over there who are already Blood Bowl fans are looking at that armor value and thinking, what the chuff is going on here?
Yeah.
What happens?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. What happens is that if you roll a smash or a crunch or whatever it is, a big bash, and knock the opposing player down, you will make an armor value roll, and if you get under it, they get taken off from the playing field and placed in the enemy's dugouts, waiting to be called in for one of their actions. That's how you do it here. If you get a super hit, which I believe is this one here, with the big exclamation mark, crunch, it means that you -1 from their save, so that save becomes a 4 up instead of a 3, making it harder for them to save. There's other abilities as well here on the side that I will go through as and when they crop up, as well as the turn order, which is slightly different. You don't get to move all of your teammates. You only get to move 3 team members per turn before it moves over to your opposition. So like I say, there's a lot to go over here, but trust me, we will get through it together as one. So let's get set up and see this epic battle between the humans. I'm going to call them the Bogenhofen Blue Boys versus the
Scunthorpe Scraggers.
the Scunthorpe Scraggers over here. So let's get them set up and ready to play. So here we are after the coin toss, and we have set up our characters. Beanie has gone for a lineman, a blitzer, followed by another lineman, a gutter runner, and a catcher. I've gone for a catcher, a blitzer, three linemen next to each other, and one catcher over here. Now, we're not entirely sure if this actually is going to affect much to begin with, seeing as this is our first time playing, but we have given it a lot of thought, and by that I mean we were just like, yeah, this seems about right. So,
I practically had my eyes closed. So
what I believe we do now is we set up the ball in the middle, but I'm not sure if it being on the trapdoor means something, so I'm just going to check the rules and we'll find out. So it turns out that the trapdoor just indicates where the ball spawns from each and every time there's a touchdown. And on the other side of this board, there's a map that has 2 trapdoors, and you roll a d6 to determine which one it spawns from. Very cool indeed.
Yeah, we like this.
But now that we've all set up, we know where the ball is, it's time to play. Oh, wait, no, it's not, because we've drawn these challenge cards that take up the top 3 slots up here. Now, you can claim these if you fulfill the actions or the requirements that they have underneath, and you score the points, like I said, based on the top left hand of the card. Now, in the first turn, you cannot score anything because there are some that just revolve around you not being next to enemies or next to each other, so it would be very easy to score turn 1, so that is not going to be happening this round. Instead, we're going to play through the normal turn sequence, which looks a little bit like this. You get 3 actions, you go through, and then as soon as you made your 3rd player action, it goes to the other team. Nice and simple. To show what that looks like, we're going to kick things off by flipping a coin and determining who goes first. So Beanie, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. It is heads, which means that Beanie will take the first turn, my friend.
Yes!
Would you like to do, I guess a run action is probably the most suitable
Yes,
thing.
I'm going to do a run action.
So that means you get to move up to your full movement allowance.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now, because in this game, you don't need to roll to pick up the ball because there is no pick up or fumble things, you literally now have possession of the ball.
Okay, and then...
Indeed.
What's your move?
My moves are 6 on average and 8 for my catcher. How many did you go?
So this is now 9.
Oh yeah, because he has a movement of 9 because the gutter runner is mucho fast indeed.
He is.
But he is in possession of the ball. So after moving through each of Coach A in this turn, Beanie's turn, he's had his 3-player actions here, and he's made a little rat cage. He's pushed forward 2 linemen to surround the ball carrier, and now I've got to think about how I want to respond as we move into my turn. So in response, I've started to move my humans. The Boggenhafen Blue Boys have stormed forward with the lineman, the blitzer, and the catcher over here, creating hopefully some sort of blockading squares, because Beanie, with his run action, while being mightily impressive, cannot move here within 1 square around there. I got it wrong before I said it was within 2, but it's actually just adjacent to them. And obviously he can't pass through these pillars because they have got a red square around them, meaning that they are obstacles and cannot be moved through. So that's the end of my turn. 0 points so far, but now the challenge cards come into play, so we can start scoring these as of this round. So goes over to Beanie, and I wonder what he's going to do. Beanie has marked with the lineman over here and is using his 2nd action of 3 to do a block action against either the blitzer or the lineman. Which one was it? Against the blitzer. That means that he's going to be rolling 1 block dice, and then we will see what happens. So it is a POW, or in this case, a smash. The target is knocked down. A knockdown player is placed prone in the square that they are in. If they're carrying the ball, it bounces. Then the target player's coach must make an armor check. If the armor check succeeds, then there is no further effect. But if it fails, the player is injured. So you've knocked me down in the square, and I roll, and his armor is 3 ups. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh. Hey, I'm safe. Okay, so that is the end of that. So with Beanie's last action, he pushed forward the catcher over here. Then it turns to mine because he was not able to score any of the challenges over here. So it goes over to me, and I have a blitzer that is prone. But I'm thinking to myself that I don't want to pick him up, my friends, because I've got another plan. It is time for Des Lineman to go off on one. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, end his movement there with a run. Then he's going to mark by going 1, 2 around the corner to mark these 2 over here. And then with a final thing, he's going to do nothing because he's actually scoring me, tie them up at the moment from my team. If 2 or more, it says at least 3 opponents are marked, which they are at the moment. and by 2 or more players from my team. So I will score,
Nice.
tie them up at the end of that second action. So I claim that immediately, which is fan-dabby-dozy. That's 2 points for me.
It's 2, is it? I thought they were 1 point.
It's 2 points on the top there.
Oh.
So I unlock Raw Talent. Play this card after you make an armor check, a throw check, or roll the block dice for a block action, and you can re-roll the dice.
Lovely.
Lovely stuff indeed. So I've gone for 2. And then I think that what I'm going to do is stand up my guy here from prone to standing, and that is the end of my turn. Back to Beanie. Kicking things off as Des Lineman is about to be punched in the face by the other lineman, which is 2 dice because he's supported now against him, and Beanie gets to choose which result. Ooh, it's either a push or a... Oh, I don't think it's as bad as it was in regular Blood Bowl. A miss does. The target is ineffective. In addition, the player making the block action cannot make any more actions, including free actions this turn. So
I'm going to shove it.
Cool, so you're going to push me. A push is just 1 square directly away from the player making it. If it's not possible because the push would take the target into an occupied or blocked square or off the board, the target is knocked down instead.
Okay, so he's knocked down because he would have gone into that.
Well, interesting.
So an armor save. So he got knocked down. So
Play this after roll of block dice. Target of the team was assisted and the target was knocked down. I mean, yeah, that's technically true. So I think I fall in this. I don't think I fall in the square as the
Okay,
immovable
so he
thing.
might just be cooking.
Yeah. Because otherwise I'm burning again. So please, I make my armor save,
which is a
3 up for these guys, which he has made with gusto. He's not out, but he is down, and that means that Beanie will score gang up straight away, which also unlocks him Inspiration. Play this card after the claim challenge card step of your 3rd player action. Immediately take a 4th player action. Whoa.
So I can go again.
So you basically did your 1 block there to begin with.
2 more.
You got 2 more, 3 with that card.
Ooh.
Not bad at all.
Going to mark him.
Okay, so you're moving into mark against here, and the new card that was drawn was Get the Ball. Claim this card if a player from your team took possession of the ball and you didn't have possession at the start of your turn.
So I can't.
Because that's 2 activations that we've done so far. So with Beanie's second action, he's going to do a block against my catcher over here. 1-on-1 with a great run. Let's see it. Oh, it's a good one. It's a crunch, which is not great for me because I am not only down, but it means I think I'm -1 to my armor save.
You need to roll a 6.
And my catcher's save is on a 6.
I was thinking.
Oh dear, here we go. He's down and out. So he is not only down, he's injured, which means that this is no longer occupied, and that means that Beanie can go with 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Touchdown!
Perfect. So the touchdown has happened. That means that Beanie scores 4 points straight away, plus the 2 that he got from his previous challenge card. So he is screaming ahead.
And I
claim this action from your team if it made an action that results in your team scoring a touchdown. So we got Showboat for the crowd, and he got Move the Ball as well. So he actually does a clean sweep on this one here, which is not good for me in total. So let's tally up the points, and I need to check to see if there's any bonuses that you'll get from this. So you might be a bit confused by what the hell's going on over here. That's right, you don't reset once a new ball has entered the battlefield, the arena of gladiatorial combat like this. But Beanie did actually draw this, Multiball, which means that you play this card immediately and 2 new balls come into play. Now, it went out of play with that action, and then 2 more came in with this one. So we're not sure if there should be 2 or 3, but we're saying that it's 2 for now, because otherwise that is very complex.
And we haven't got enough tokens.
Yeah, we don't have enough tokens at the moment. We did a lot of rolling as well, because it kept on bouncing between these 2 players, and these are where the 2 new balls have come to rest. So no resetting of the teams, it just carries on, baby. So yeah, can I claw it back as we go into my turn? And these are the new challenges that we've drawn. Showboat for the crowd, so I've got to score with a touchdown, take them down. I've got to block somebody and knock them down, and get the ball, which I definitely think I can do. So let's kick things off with the Blitzer making a block action against the lineman. Now I have the offensive specialist, so when I make a block attack action, I can choose to re-roll the block dice. Let's see if I can knock this lineman down. I do with a crunch. That ain't good. So his normal thing is a 4 up, so it goes to a 5 up. A 5 up save, Beanie, if you would. Easy mode. It is easy mode. Oh, dang it. But he is knocked down at least, so I don't have to worry about that. So he's down for the moment.
No.
Which hopefully means that I'll be able to pick up the ball with somebody. I say confusingly.
I would say it's pretty important for you to get the ball.
Yeah. So by knocking him down, I get take them down. 2 points to me, and I unlock Diving Tackle. Play this card after a player from your team makes a mark action. You can immediately make a free block action. Ooh, okay, that's pretty fun. So we'll hold on to that for now. And in my second action, I used a run to move through and pick up the ball over here. We did actually read the rules and we did make a mistake earlier. Apparently you can move next to prone players when you're doing a run. We did it before where Beanie had to move around to the corners. He still scored anyway and took my catcher out for the privilege. But still, that would have made things a lot easier for him in the early turns. So that's my second one. And I get the ball because I have this now. And I unlock Distraction. Play this card after an opponent completes a mark action, but before a claim objective card step, pick one player on your team adjacent to that opponent, and I get to make a free sidestep action, so I can disengage for free, which is quite nice.
Very cool.
So with my third action, after reviewing that, I'm going to do a run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick up the ball, and end over here. Huzzah! 2 balls! Hooray!
Hooray!
But I have scored 2 challenges, no touchdowns, but that is the end of my turn. Move on to Beanie, and we draw these 2 new cards. We've got Show No Fear, which means you can claim this if you ended an action on a trapdoor and one or more opponents has possession of the ball. So it means because if you are on the trapdoor when a new ball comes into play, your guy's immediately injured. I love that as a little bit of a flavour card, that. And free up the ball.
Going for it.
Free up the ball is that you need to take possession of the ball, or just knock the ball out of my hands by knocking me down. Cool, right, on to Beanie. Okay, so things have gone a bit crazy now. Beanie's pushed up with the Blitzer with a run. Then he marked me, and I played my Distraction card to get a free sidestep away from him. Then he moved around with his lineman over here, and he's toying whether or not he wants to use his free Inspiration card for a 4th action to block up the line.
I do.
He does indeed, so the the Inspiration card has been used, and that means I can now no longer go through these people over here. Interesting. But that is all of Beanie's goes, and nothing was scored, I don't think, because he didn't take the ball from me, didn't show any fear.
Yep.
So it's back to me. So after some umming and ahhing, I think that I'm actually going to try and be a bit sneaky here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this lineman by going 1, 2, because I end my movement next to him, and it just says I'm allowed to move freely between those 2 spaces as long as I end up next to him.
Cool.
Disengage with a sidestep, and then make a run action. So it's 3 actions fully in order to score for 4 points over here, and showboat for the crowd as well, which unlocks me some raw talent, and a new challenge has entered the fray. Show us a completion, which is claim this card if a player from your team made a throw action, not a handoff, and that throw was successful. A new ball doesn't enter play though, because there's still 1 in play and the multi-ball doesn't add back in. So that is that. And now it goes back over to Beanie. So Beanie has responded by moving or running, then marking, then attacking with a block onto my regular lineman over here. So here we go. It's a push. You can re-roll this because of the offensive specialist skill. And it's a double push. So it's a push directly away from them over here. And that has freed him up. And that's the end. Okay, but a new challenge has entered. Get moving. Claim this card if a player from your team made a run action and your team has made 3 or more run actions during your turn. Okay then, let's go. So with that in mind, I made 3 running actions back to back, bringing all of these blue boys in a line over here. So I score, get moving. That's another 2 points for me. And I unlock Interference. Play this card before a player from your team makes a mark action. For that action only, they can move up to 4 squares instead of 2. Ooh. Very nice indeed. So that's the end of mine, and we draw Gang Up. Beanie has done a lot of manoeuvring to respond to the pressure that I'm putting over here, so he's pushed a lot of players back, ready to stop me. So at the moment, because it's blocked here, here, and here, and the pillars are blocking the way, I can't get through to score a touchdown unless I'm very clever or very lucky. Let's think about this next move. After much deliberation and some lovely iced coffee provided by Beanie, I have made a touchdown. What I've done is I've played the interference card. When I make a mark action, my character was here. He's moved in, but he can move 4 instead of 2. So he's gone all the way around him and scored a touchdown. I then finished by moving my blitzer over here to mark the ball that's just spawned in. And finally, my thrower is getting into the action by moving up into the center of the board. So I have got another 4 pinty pointos. So he has marked the blitzer and is then following up with a block against him. Let's see what he gets. Oh, it's a push. Is that good? Yes, why not? Directly away from him. Bye. See ya. So now
Okay.
the ball is free, my friends.
So I've done the mark and the punch, so now he's going to pick up.
And you could just run it straight to the end.
Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There we go. There is 4 points scored by Beanie. And he freed up the ball. No, because I didn't have possession of it. It was in no man's land, that possession. So no extra challenges were completed
Didn't do
there.
a throw.
Didn't do a gang up, but you did score. So you've tied things up again. So it's back to me. So in response, I have moved my catcher by marking him, and he picks up the ball whenever he goes across a square with the ball in, so he's in possession of that now. I've moved one of my guys over here to mark this rat, and now we're going to punch him in the face together with a block action from the same lineman, hoping,
very nice.
hoping to get the gang up challenge over here if we can. So I get to roll 2 dice now.
Pick the spiciest.
Oh, I got the POW, or in this one it's called something else, not a POW. They've changed it ever so slightly, haven't they? It's not the super.
Smash!
It's called Smash. So I knock him down, and we make an armor check against that line man.
So I have a 4 up.
Oh, is that a 4 up for a lineman? Oh,
For a lineman.
blimey. Oh, he makes it. So he's still alive, but I do get the gang up because I still knocked him down. So that's another 2 points for me, and I also unlock Tough Enough. Play this card before you make an armor check for a player on your team. Roll a D8 instead of a D6. An unmodified score result of 6 or more always succeeds. That's lovely.
Yeah, it makes you feel a bit more brutalissimo.
Enjoy that. So that is my 3 actions done, and back over to Bean. So Beanie, in response, has moved his catcher, or thrower up, sorry, and they're going to try and tag team this guy over here, the catcher, my thrower, apologies, and 2 dice. Ooh, not good, only a push. Raw talent lets you re-roll 1 of the dice.
I'm going to do it.
Ooh. Oh, it's a double push, and the raw talent has gone. So you're pushing me directly away. Thank you for that. Oh, actually, no, it was this guy, wasn't he? So it would be over here.
No, it was that guy, so push him.
It wasn't the catcher, the one that was punching.
No, it was the guy who hadn't activated.
Oh, apologies. Okay, so
Pushed him to there.
thank you very
Okay,
much.
so that's 2.
You-
And him. I picked him up. So
Yeah,
that
you
was
picked up.
my
So
thing.
you've done your 3, so it is back to me. Okay, so after a lot of deliberation, I think I have a plan. I am going to say it a bit more confidence, Jules. I'm going to punch this rat in the face. So we're going to go with this.
Bite your hand off.
This lineman's going to punch here with support from this guy over there. So let's see what we get. Oh, it's the crunch, I'm afraid. So we knock him down, and it means it's -1, so you're on 5 up.
Easy.
Oh, he's not made it, so he is injured and out of there, which scores me take them down, because I knocked you down
2
there.
more points.
2 more Peanty
You're up to
Pintos.
20.
Oh, and I got the inspiration, so I get a free move as well. Tie them up has been drawn in here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can score for another 4 points.
You need 1 more point to be over 10 ahead of me.
In that case, then, let's figure this out. Let's think about this. I'm going to do a throw action. If I can get the throw to this guy here from my thrower...
Have you actually scored?
No, I haven't scored, sorry, mate. I was just saying I could do that. Oh. If I make a short throw to this guy over here and it's successful, he then runs it in and I get show us a completion, which is just make a throw action that was successful.
Over 10.
So let's try it. It's all for the glory here. So we're going to make a throw action with my thrower. He doesn't get any bonuses, but he gets a throw on a 3 up. Here we go. It's a 4. He's made the pass. It flies over to the other lineman over here who catches it. You don't need to roll for catching anymore, thank God. And he's going to walk it over the line. The extra 4.
So that's 5 extra points.
And that's show us a completion scored as well. So is that me in the lead? Am I done? I am done. I win.
25 to 14.
There we go. 25 to 14. The Bogenhoven Blue Boys have managed to, against the Scunthorpe Scrags. Yeah, that was it. They managed to just edge out a victory against them. What a game. I bloody love this. The random nature of all the cards and the bonuses that you can add in. The fact is that you can play this with every single existing Blood Bowl team. The box even comes with the rules for every single team.
Which is so awesome.
Which is amazing, because that means that we actually have, thanks to Dungeon Bowl and a few other rogue teams that we bought, quite a sizable force that we can field here. I would like to play more of this, and I hope that you guys at home are enjoying this as well, because this is like Blood Bowl turned up even more, even on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
It probably won't replace Blood Bowl, do not get me wrong, because people love that game to death, but I do enjoy the very, very chaotic nature of this.
Oh, it's a different game.
It's a very different game. You've got to treat it as such. And plus, let's not forget, the lovely dice. I mean, they're worth purchasing alone. Thank you very much for GW to sending a copy of this to us for us to play. Thank you at home for watching. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, there's a link down below saying join, or you can become a subscriber, or you can go into the information of the video, the description, and you can find a link to our Discord to join us and other like-minded nerds. But if you'd like to follow us on the social medias, you can follow Beanie over on Instagram at
84K.
and you can follow me over on Instagram at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. But until then, thank you very much. This has been Blitz Bowl Ultimate Edition, and we'll see you soon. Bye.